with me at my weight class, which is 60. Well, I was competing at 73, but then at this point I'm pretty lean and all that, so I'm probably going to be fighting at 66. So at my weight class, the guys are really at 66 kilos, so that's like 145.5.
Yeah, I used to wrestle that.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah. So at that weight class, like guys are fast in judo. You know, they're really fast.
Yeah.
But they're not, so they tend to like jump around a lot and do like do a lot of combinations, combo attacks and all that. But they're less used to guys who are gonna grab them, pull them in close, and then after that, like suplex them.
Right. Yeah, you're right. Same thing in wrestling. It's, you get the people doing more legs and more fast attacks, moving around. As you get bigger, then you see more throws. When you get to heavyweight, it's just the guys hug each other and one guy throws and one guy gets pinned, usually.
Yeah. But I didn't realize that. Like now that you mention it, like regarding Greco not having enough competitions, I don't think I even never heard of like a Greco, Greco wrestling school here. Is there any at all in Montreal?
Oh, you know what? There is one. There's a couple of guys in Montreal that just train Greco, and I think that's one of the only instances in the whole country where you have people just training Greco. Yeah, I'm not going to tell you where it is over the podcast. I don't want to advertise for them, but let me know afterwards, and I'll give you theirs.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna go to another I'm not gonna go look for a Greco school and go learn Greco, because with what I already have as a basis of judo and with all the wrestling we're doing, to me honestly, I just need to watch a couple of videos and just grab a partner and throw them on the crash mat, and I'll be okay,
Yeah. Just remember, in Greco you cannot touch the legs at all, so you can't hook the leg with your leg or anything like that. Greco is all strictly no. You get down on the ground, and when you try to turn them, you can't touch their legs at all. You got to just pick them up by the waist or the upper body. So.
Oh, okay. Well, I just want to learn the throws from Greco. I care nothing about their ground game or whatnot.
Well, the ground game's awesome. You should. I think if you watch the ground game, you get a kick out of it. It's really special. But you need to be strong for the ground game, because you're basically picking up a guy by his upper body, and it's completely your strength against his upper body. So it's it's some crazy lifts. It's a very interesting ground game. I could say that much.
Okay. Is it kind of like when you gut wrench them, and then but instead of you had the gut wrench position, but then you essentially stand up and you pick them up, right? And then you throw them on.
You can do a gut wrench. You just got to make sure that you don't touch his legs with your legs at any point. Okay, so you can you can do regular gut wrenches. Typically, what you see though is you see throws that would never work in freestyle. So they have what they call a reverse lift. Okay, so the reverse lift is where you take the guy the way the gut wrench is, you take him from the other side. Okay, so imagine this: I'm taking the guy right around his waist, and his head is behind me. I'm taking him around the waist, and then you stand right up with it. Well, in freestyle, the guy would just try to pick off your legs, but in Greco, they're not allowed. So now you're trying to stand up with this guy, and all he can do is try to put his weight back down on the mat. So it's just your raw power against this guy's sheer body weight that he's just trying to project into the mat. So it's an interesting position. And there's a guy, Alexander Karelin. All you have to do is YouTube his name, and you're going to see reverse lifts all over the place. He's a Russian. How many times did he win Olympics? I think he won 3-time Olympic champion. He almost won.
Oh, okay.
3-time Olympic champion, and he used to pick up heavyweights and just throw them in that move all over the place. So, yeah.
Okay, yeah. I know. I heard of that name. Like Joe Rogan talked about him a few times.
Yeah, Karelin.
Yeah. Karelin is like absolute beast, man. Like, so he does Greco. He doesn't do freestyle. That's pure.
He was just Greco. That's it. In international wrestling, it's very rare that a wrestler does both. Very, very rare. There's a few instances, but usually a guy is either freestyle or he's Greco. They don't try to do both because the training is so different. In the U.S., they have schools. The Olympic Training Center has a Greco program that does just Greco training, and then you have the I think it's the U.S. Olympic Education Center, which is like one of the colleges, and that's just for Greco. So you get guys who really specialize in only Greco. You see that the countries like the U.S. and Russia, they have specialized Greco programs. In Iran, all the top countries in the world, they just focus on Greco, and it's really big there. And that's why Canada, yeah, it's hard for us to compete in Greco because we don't really have a big following of people to do it.
Oh, okay. So hey, so where does Canada stand like on the world stage for freestyle wrestling?
Not too good. Not too good. I mean, we used to be better, but I think we're probably, I don't think we're definitely not top 10. I think we're like 15th or something like that for the men's. For the women's, we used to be way up there, but we've lost a lot of ground on the women's side. And women only do freestyle internationally. They don't have women's Greco yet. And then Greco, we're pretty much non-existent. And Canada does not fund any Greco. So they have a Greco Nationals. If you want to go to Worlds, after that, you have to pay your own way. The Wrestling Canada won't fund any Greco athletes.
Oh, okay. So because like there's so little people practicing Greco, like pretty much worldwide, and then of course there's some countries that take it very seriously, I imagine. But then most countries, like they're more focused on freestyle wrestling. That means that it's probably easier to win a title or an Olympic medal in Greco than it is to win in freestyle wrestling, right?
You do think that Greco would be easier than freestyle? For Olympic?
Yeah, to win a medal, to actually medal in the Olympics, or
Yeah, you know what? I think you're right. I think you're right. There's way more participation worldwide in freestyle, so Greco is probably a little bit easier in that respect. But then again, there's some countries that are better, way better, like this, what is it, Switzerland? A lot of the Scandinavian countries, they do Greco before freestyle. So so some countries take Greco more seriously. So maybe it's easier, but I don't think it's that much easier. And put it this way, the United States rarely wins Greco medals because with the United States, they have folk style, which is what they do in the NCAAs. So folk style is only legs. If you do a suplex in folk style, you get 0 points. They don't reward throws. You can do a throw to a takedown, but throws are not scored separately like they are in freestyle. Okay, so because Americans are so big on this folk style that they do in the United States, then they transition well to freestyle, but they have a hard time transitioning to Greco. They never really focus on it. So even though they have Greco schools in the United States, they never take it nearly as seriously enough as these other countries, like the Scandinavian countries. And then Russia and Iran, they have a great way of taking both freestyle and Greco really seriously. So I don't think it's that much easier. Maybe a little bit easier, but not that much easier.
Oh, okay.
They used to say women's wrestling was easier it was easier to win for women to win medals in wrestling. But now women's wrestling evolves so much every single year. It's growing rapidly. And I mean, Canada used to be one of the top 2 or top 3 countries in women's wrestling. And now I think we're not even in the top 10. And it's because of all the other countries. It's not because Canada wrestling for women got worse. It's because all the other countries really caught up. They caught up fast. The United States is an example. They used to really push the women aside and really only focus on men. And now they have women who are really tough, and they're having the women train with the men. They just started that recently. Big programs like Iowa are starting up women's programs and taking it just as seriously as the men's program. So you're seeing United States women's wrestling has reached a whole new level, and they had several Olympic champions in Tokyo. So they were really impressive. That's for sure. Dog's making some noise back there. I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, the kids?
My kid's sleeping over at his grandparents, so it's just my dog playing with some bells back there. I don't know if that's making any noise. She's just a puppy. She's only 4 months old.
Oh, I hear something, but yeah, it's no big deal. Like like my dog runs around in the background also, but he doesn't make any noise.
But he's silent. I don't hear him. He's not making any noise. He's got him well trained.
Well, he had his walks and all, so he's okay for now. Like at around, like if I don't take him out by like let's say 9, 10, that's when he starts like squirming. He doesn't bark, he squirms. It's a funny thing, but